So several states, including Arkansas and Indiana, want to ban candy and soda from SNAP benefits, aka food stamps. I think this is a brilliant idea, inspired in part by RFK Jr. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about several states trying to make America healthy again by banning certain items from SNAP benefits like candy and soda. This is fantastic. Oh my goodness. I hope this happens. I hope they're able to do it because this has been a long time coming. Long time coming. Listen, go to Wally World, Target, any kind of store like that between the 1st and the 5th. Maybe if an EBT card gets refreshed on the 31st or the 30th, go to the store on those days and you'll see what Americans are buying. It'll be a cart full of junk. I'm talking about everything in the box, no produce, just junk. You're talking about Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola, cereal, honey buns, oatmeal cream pies, frozen dinners, just complete processed garbage. And you know what? It's not even about me just wanting to be, oh, well, you guys shouldn't have that because you're in poverty. Nah, this is ruining Americans' health. The diet that we consume as Americans has us in deplorable conditions. It's almost as bad, if not worse, than the drugs and the alcohol. Now, before I go any further, let's get to a few things. We got articles, videos, everything. And of course, everything I'll show you today will be in the description box. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But you see what's happening here. We have our guys, Dr. Oz and RFK Jr. Headline says Arkansas and Indiana ask USDA to let them ban soda and candy from SNAP. I hope this goes through. This would be one of the best things that they could do. I mean, this is right up there with Doge, in my humble opinion. And I'm being so serious because one problem we have in this country is the healthcare system. And why is our healthcare system so overtaxed? Why is healthcare so expensive? Why is health insurance so expensive? It's because Americans are very unhealthy, and it comes from our diet. That's the problem. So look, I'm gonna read some of this and we're gonna get to some videos. So this is from Little Rock. Shout out Little Rock. Republican governors in Arkansas and Indiana moved Tuesday to ban soft drinks and candy from the program that helps low-income people pay for groceries, becoming the first states to ask the Trump administration to let them remove such items from the program, long known as food stamps. Taxpayers are subsidizing poor health, Sanders said at a Little Rock news conference with U.S. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins. We're paying for it on the front end and the back end. Exactly, because, okay, all this garbage is available to get with SNAP benefits, which is taxpayer funded. You go out, get the garbage, eat the garbage, you get sick. Then you come to the hospital, we're going to pay for that too. How about we just stop it before it gets to the point of you being in the hospital? You're going to save money in a variety of ways. Now, let's keep on going here. All right, this video right here is about a Tennessee bill. Okay, so Arkansas, Indiana, Tennessee, there's quite a few states trying to do this. Let's go ahead and roll it. Everything will be in the box.
Tennessee lawmakers considering legislation that would majorly change the SNAP program. Thanks for joining us. I'm Casey Marler. Sarah Diamond off this afternoon. SNAP stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. You may also hear it referred to as an electronic benefit transfer, or EBT, or simply food stamps. Senate Bill 1154 and House Bill 1236 would enact the Tennessee Health SNAP Act. At its root, the bill aimed at preventing people from using SNAP benefits for the purchase of candy and soft drinks. It was sponsored by Rusty Crowe in the Senate and Jason Zachary in the House.
One of the worst things in Appalachia especially is Mountain Dew. Oh my goodness. Mountain Dew is as bad as the opioid crisis. And I'm not being funny. I'm not being facetious. I'm being dead serious. And if y'all in Appalachia, y'all know about Mountain Dew, y'all know how bad it is. I'm talking about some of the worst tooth problems. It's bad. It's real bad. Diabetes, tooth decay, all of that from these so-called soft drinks.
News Channel 11's Karen Jenkins explains what the bill would change and how Tennesseans are reacting to the proposal. Karen?
Yeah, this bill wouldn't immediately cut off candy and soda from SNAP, but it would allow the state to request a waiver from the U.S. Department of Agriculture to do just that. But some moms say an exception should be made for certain health conditions. Using SNAP benefits to buy candy.
Now look, you can see the cart. Hold on, that cart right there, not even that bad. But I've seen some carts way worse than that. I'm talking about a whole Sam's Club cart from the top to the bottom, packed with junk.
Benefits to buy candy and soda may soon be off limits in Tennessee if the Tennessee Health SNAP Act continues its course towards approval. The House bill, sponsored by Knoxville Republican Jason Zachary, passed the House yesterday. The Senate version, sponsored by Johnson City's Republican Rusty Crowe, is still in committee. Zachary says the bill is about providing healthier options with taxpayer money.
Now, you know what? Knoxville, East Tennessee, Johnson City, East Tennessee, both in Appalachia, because they understand what's going on in this particular region. The food that we're eating is causing a lot of health problems. And if you're in a poor place sometimes, especially when you get like to the outside places up in the hills, once you get in those places, you can't afford to have all these health problems. So let's stop the problems before they start. Now, look, and to be clear, if you want to go out there and guzzle them out and do all day long without it being funded by the government, then go ahead and knock yourself out. But why would the government fund that? It makes no sense.
Anyone can do anything with their private dollars. But when you take government assistance or part of government programs, we get to set the rules. And we're going to make the decision in Tennessee that we're going to align public policy with public health.
But
that's right. That is 100% right. This is my very first time watching this as I'm recording the video. So I didn't even know he was going to say that. But we're on the same page. We're on the 100% same page.
SNAP users who oppose the bill say sometimes sugary snacks are needed for certain health conditions. Christina Bobo runs a Facebook group of more than 20,000 users who have questions about SNAP. She says this new bill doesn't sit well with many in the group.
A lot of our community has been really concerned about this bill, and it mostly comes from people who have special needs children.
I want to pause for a minute. Now, this lady, I don't want to be mean to this lady, okay? I don't want to be mean to this lady, but this is what I'm talking about right here. You see the teeth and the weight. That's what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I mean. And again, I don't want to harass this lady. I don't want to be mean to her, but this is what I'm talking about. And if you want to improve people's health, we got to start from the diet, because that's what's causing the health problems.
And it mostly comes from people who have special needs children.
Bobo's daughter, Annalise, is special needs. She has ARFID, avoidance restrictive food intake disorder.
Now, I don't know about special needs. I don't know too much about that. So as far as this is concerned, I'm ignorant. If y'all know more about this particular disorder or special needs people in general, y'all let me know in the comments below. How do you think this bill would affect them?
Bobo says getting her daughter to eat at all is an issue, and sometimes the only thing she can tolerate would be banned.
It's usually like peanut butter cup Reese's and things like that, and that helps her migraine attacks.
Bobo cites other health disorders like diabetes or stomach issues where a sugary carbonated drink might literally be what the doctor ordered. She feels there should be an exception to the bill for those cases and adds the bill limits the choices of those who are low income.
Let's pause for a minute. Now, I do know a little bit about diabetes. Dad had that before he passed away, although he was always in real good shape. He just was drinking them sodas and stuff like this. But I remember my great-grandfather on my dad's side, when he was passing away, they always had like a basket of little candies up under his bed. Like as he was dying in the hospital bed, it was a basket of candies, like little bite-sized, fun-sized things. It wasn't a whole big 3-liter of Mountain Dew, I'll tell you that much.
It takes away a large portion of what we can afford. And it also takes away our freedom of choice to be able to feed our families.
You don't have freedom of choice when you're taking it from the government. If you want to get something from the government, that restricts your freedom. Freedom is when you are not relying upon the government. And I understand people have issues, people in they're in a lot of poverty, they don't have a lot of choices. But if you're going to rely upon the government, then they're going to make certain rules and restrictions. That's just what it is.
The Tennessee SNAP reform comes as the newly confirmed Health and Human Services Secretary, Robert Kennedy Jr., has promised similar measures on the national level, saying we shouldn't be subsidizing people to eat poison.
Very well said. So shout out to RFK Jr., shout out to Dr. I, shout out to, what was that, Arkansas, Indiana, Tennessee, all the states that want to do this. Now, as I close, I want to say this. I'm not trying to attack people in poverty, poor people, anybody that's overweight, whatever. I'm not trying to attack anybody. I'm just saying this is the reality of the situation. We can no longer subsidize Americans' bad health decisions, because all we're going to do is just make Americans sicker, and we're going to make them more dependent upon the healthcare system. People talking about, oh, the insurance company, this. You got guys out here deleting healthcare CEOs because of a denied claim or whatever, but we're not getting down to the problem. We're not getting down to the core of the problem. Why is there so many cancer, diabetes, obesity, tooth decay? Why is there so much of that? We got to do things proactively to prevent those things from happening. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about the food stamp restrictions or the proposed food stamp restrictions? No candy and soda. You can't get that with that. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I am 100% in favor of this. Absolutely. And how it will work is if you get your benefits on the card, it just won't work with certain things. Okay, it just won't work. You want to go to Piggly Wiggly or whatever you got, Publix, and you want to get a cart full of junk, and you go to ring it up. That ain't going to work with that. You got your own money. What's going on? And it'll be a sign right there. Not available on EBT SNAP. No, not. You can't purchase this with SNAP. It'll be a sign right there. So it's not even a surprise when you go to the front and it's not going to ring up. I think we need that for the health of our people in this country and for no other reason. Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.